All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a huge hidden problem in the world of AI, and more importantly, the solution that lets it learn forever. We're talking about stream machine learning.
So why should you care? Well, get this. On average, an AI model out there in the real world can lose up to 30% of its accuracy over time. 30%? They're just silently failing. And look, this isn't some rare bug. It's pretty much the default for most systems running right now.
So what's the deal? Well, it's a total mismatch, right? The world is just a constant stream of new data. Market trends are changing, people are clicking on new things, sensors are firing off readings every second. But what do? We often deploy AI models that are totally static. It's like trying to navigate today's traffic with a map printed last year. They're basically obsolete the second they go live.
So what is it that's actually causing these super smart algorithms to just get worse over time? Let's dig in and figure out what's behind this silent failure.
Okay, so this brings us to our first big topic, when good models go bad. We're going to put a name to this problem, this invisible force that every data scientist is kind of terrified of, but it's something that stream learning is perfectly built to handle.
And here's the culprit. It's called concept drift. All it means really is that the world changes, but the model doesn't. Think about a spam filter that was trained back in 2020. The whole idea, the concept of what spam looks like has totally changed since then, right? New phrases, new tricks. Concept drift is exactly why that old filter's knowledge is now not just out of date, but actually pretty dangerous.
Now, this drift thing actually comes in a couple of flavors. You've got real drift, which is the really tricky one. That's when the rules of the game themselves change. For example, a new lending law passes, and suddenly what made someone a good credit risk yesterday makes them a bad one today. Then there's virtual drift. This is more about the players changing, not the rules. So maybe a ton of people suddenly get the newest iPhone. The data looks different, but the underlying reasons why they buy things might be exactly the same.
And this change doesn't always happen at the same speed. First up, you have sudden drift. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like someone just flips a switch. One day, a financial transaction is perfectly fine. The next day, boom, a new regulation makes it totally illegal. The change is instant, it's absolute, no warning.
Then, on the other hand, you've got gradual drift. And this one's way more subtle. It's kind of like a fashion trend that slowly picks up steam. For a little while, you see both the old style and the new style out on the streets at the same time. The model has to figure out how to operate in a world where two different, even conflicting concepts are true at once.
And finally, we have recurring drift. This one's all about predictable patterns. Think about it. The way we all shop around Black Friday is a completely different concept from how we shop in the middle of July. But that Black Friday behavior, it reliably comes back year after year. A really smart model needs to remember these old patterns and know exactly when to pull them out and use them again.
Okay, so we've established the problem, concept drift. The big question is, what's the solution? Well, it means we have to completely rethink how we train our models. It's about moving from the old, static way to something new and alive.
And honestly, this quote just says it all perfectly. A batch model is a printed photograph, a snapshot in time. A stream model is a live video feed, constantly updating. I mean, that's it right there. The old way, batch learning, gives you a static photo. It's useful for a moment, but it gets old fast. Stream learning, that's the live feed. It's reacting to the world as it happens, second by second.
And when you break it down, the practical differences are just huge. Batch learning is slow. It can take hours, even days, to retrain on a big chunk of historical data. Stream learning, we're talking milliseconds. Batch learning uses a bounded historical dataset. Stream learning is designed for an unbounded, continuous flow. And the updates? Batch models get retrained from scratch every once in a while. Stream models are updated incrementally, constantly. I mean, that's the difference between getting a fraud alert tomorrow morning versus getting one in less than a second.
All right, so we're sold. We want the live video feed model. But how? How do we actually build something like that? What are the tools, the techniques that let a model learn on the fly like this?
Okay, one of the most fundamental tools in the box is something called the sliding window. Here's how it works. The model is basically told to only pay attention to the most recent data, let's say the last 1,000 events. As new data comes in the front, the oldest data gets pushed out the back. It just falls out of the window. So what's happening is the model is forced to forget what's no longer relevant and focus only on what's happening right now. It's like intentional amnesia, but for a good reason, to stay current. Now sure, this means you're processing data all the time, which takes more horsepower. But the payoff is huge, a model that's always up to date.
But we can get even smarter than that. There's a really cool approach called the adaptive random forest, or ARF. Instead of having one giant model, you have a whole team of smaller models called trees. And get this, each little tree has its own personal alarm for concept drift. So when an alarm goes off, it's a warning. A brand new background tree immediately starts training on the new data. If the system confirms, yep, this is real drift, the old, outdated tree is instantly swapped out for the new one, which is already warmed up and ready to go. You get almost zero downtime. Yeah, it's a bit more resource intensive, but for really high-stakes stuff, this kind of proactive adaptation is a total game changer.
Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But what does perpetual learning actually look like in the real world? What are the results? Let's take a look. Okay, first up, financial fraud. This number is just incredible. By switching over to a real-time stream learning system, a bank called Evo Banco managed to cut its weekly losses from fraud by 99%. Let that sink in. 99%. That is the power of a model that learns from every single transaction, adapting to new fraud tactics the very instant they appear.
Or what about recommendation systems? Think about the last time you were on Netflix or Amazon. With stream learning, the recommendations you see can change based on the very last thing you clicked on just seconds ago. It's not just personalizing based on your history from last week. It's personalizing based on what you want right now, in this very session. That is what true dynamic personalization feels like.
And this isn't just for e-commerce. In the industrial world, the impact is massive. By constantly analyzing sensor data streaming from heavy machinery, these learning models can predict failures before they happen. And the results are clear. Companies are seeing equipment downtime drop by up to 50%, and they're cutting maintenance costs by 30%. You're shifting from just reacting to problems to predicting them in real time.
So, really, it all comes down to this one question. If your data never, ever stops, why should your learning? In a world where data is this constant, unstoppable river, relying on a static, snapshot AI just doesn't make sense anymore. The future, for sure, belongs to systems that can learn, adapt, and evolve right alongside the world around them. The era of perpetual AI, well, it's already here.